What's going on YouTube? Dr. Popcorn McBurger here with another video. And this is just going to be a short video on something that actually just happened to me. So I made a Tune HQ group to do a back 9, which is what I'm doing right now. And I had a tune join that was a reverse Uber. I believe their name was All Out of Gags. And in case you guys don't know what a reverse Uber is, it's basically just a tune with really high laugh and like low gags or like no gags, basically. And in this case, it was a tune with all level 1 gags except for whole cream pie and squirt gun. Yeah, and they didn't carry any of their gags regardless. Not that those would really do much for you, but anyway, they joined, and they didn't really mention the fact that they were reverse Uber right away. So I was just, checking their gags like I would do in any situation, and I was like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm not really interested in going with you. No offense. You just, you don't have any gags. You can't really do anything here. And they kind of were like trying to convince me why it didn't make a difference whether I went with them or not. Or not whether I went with them or not. It didn't make a difference whether they went or if a tune with good gags went. Because they were saying that the time it would take wouldn't make a difference. And while that could potentially be true, I don't know if it is. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to... How many gags do I have here? 3. I just wanted to kind of like give my opinion on that and kind of refute a couple of the points that they were making. So yeah, so basically they told me that it wouldn't make a difference because if we used 3 fogs or 2 fogs on the group of 10s and 3 on the 11s, we would be fine. Which obviously, as you guys I'm sure are aware, that also kills the cogs. And yeah, I mean that's true. I guess it's the soundless tune strategy basically. If you go with 1 soundless. But I can't see any way that would. I mean, that just invites problems. Because, for example, if one of the tunes that are actually doing something crashes, like, then you're down to 2 tunes. So it kind of takes away. You're going with 3 basically. You're doing a trio, and then you just have someone there to help you with the mole stomp and to help you, I don't know, take a hit, which you don't really have a problem with that in here. So you're basically adding nothing if you're a reverse Uber, and I get why people do it. Like, don't get me wrong, I get the idea behind it. It's not something I would be interested in. I think it's kind of pointless, but the idea is to create something that's different, basically. I guess is the idea. So like 100, they're trying to get to 137. I believe they were 132 laugh at the moment of this recording. So yeah, I mean, I get why they were doing it. I just think it's kind of dumb. But yeah, anyway, back to their point. They were just kind of like, it won't make a difference in that aspect. But I mean, it's not exactly like just a soundless tune because while yes, you can do that strategy, the soundless tune typically has a piano where they can double shell the cog with you. Like on the group of 10s or whatever. So, I mean, that's some benefit from a soundless tune. And, I mean, and even luring is, like, if you occasionally have to lure, it's not that big a deal. Now, I don't go around, purposely doing, back 9s with soundless tunes. I typically, because not all soundless tunes know how to play, and it does slightly, at least, make the run slower. Even if they know how to play, in most cases. Now, this is the average case. I'm not talking about the tunes that have like SOS cards and know what they're doing here. This is the average soundless tune. But the average reverse Uber, I mean, they're not gonna. They don't add anything. Now, I was willing to take them if they were willing to use like SOS cards each round to substitute for their sound, or if they were willing to use, I don't know. I guess that would be the only thing. I mean, I guess they had fires. That might help. But yeah, that was another That was another thing they said. They said I could use my fires, and okay, yeah, they were like I can use my fires, and I'm like, I mean, I'd rather just have someone else sounding. But I guess going back to the other point about the sound, if you go in with only 9 foghorns, yes, while it's true in a CEO or a back 9 that you get restocks, like consistent restocks and everything. But by the same token, I mean, you can also get unlucky. So, I mean, if we get unlucky, we might be in a situation where we don't have many fogs and we're just luring the entire time. And that's just going to take forever. Luring and then having 3 tunes, that's not going to be fun. You'll be in there. Well, we would have been in there for at least an hour and a half in that instance. So no interest in that personally. But beyond that, it's not just the logical, you're inviting issues. The issue, I mean, it's not just the logic behind it that you could potentially be inviting issues to the run. I guess, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I believe they were with a friend, 126 Laugher. I don't remember that tune's name, but it was a yellow bear. And they were trying to, I think they were on that tune's side, it appeared anyway. It appeared that they were like, we should just take them. I think they were their friend. It was either their friend or they were running multiple accounts. But they were basically trying to convince me to go with them as well. And, they were trying to say, oh, it's just an ethical thing. Like, do you find it ethical to do it? I'm like, it's not an ethical issue. Like, I mean, you clearly know how to play the game. You got to 132 laugh, while your entire premise of what you're doing is boring. I don't have any interest in it. It's not that. And it's not like with the VP where it's like you don't want to carry a bunch of noobs and have them think think they know what they're doing when they really don't, and then they never get good. It's not something like that. It's not that at all. It's more of just an inconvenience and whether I actually want to go through with this or not. This is just going to be a burden. It's kind of more of that issue. But regardless, I was nice about it. I was not rude about this. I just kind of told them, I'm like, no, I really don't want to take you, but good luck, good luck on doing it, because that's certainly something that's not easy. It's going to take a while. You're going to have a lot of people reject you, such as myself. I imagine probably at least 3 out of 4 tunes would reject the idea of doing this. So it's not something that's going to come easy. So I wish them well and everything. But oddly enough, this bear who was with them, they like right as I was about to go in, they were like, you're a really toxic tune. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I didn't even get into it with them. I didn't like argue with them or anything because I was just going like, but like, why would you consider someone? I just don't understand that. How is it toxic? How is it toxic for someone to not want to take someone that is literally dead weight? Like, literally dead weight. And as I said, I was very nice about this. I was not rude at all. I just kind of told them, I'm not interested in doing this. I don't agree with your arguments. I don't think that what you're saying is correct. I would rather just kick you from the group and find another tune. And I guess the bear, like I said, I think the bear was with them, so I ended up not having the bear come with me, so I had to find 2 additional tunes. I didn't know that, but regardless, I mean, I found 2 really quick, so it's not like I mean, if it was a situation where I would have had to wait like 20 minutes or something, then yeah, I would have just said forget it. But I mean, this is midday. It's midday on a Saturday, so there's plenty of people playing right now. Yeah, so I don't know why they're tuning up, but I guess. Thank you. So yeah, like it was kind of dumb. It was kind of dumb of them to say that. So I mean, I guess the entitlement it goes back to the entitlement factor of, like, in the VP, people feel entitled to being taken, whether they've trained their gags or not. I mean, if you're, I'll put it to you this way: if you are a reverse Uber, you should not feel entitled to anything, because you literally, your entire survival, your entire playing of the game relies solely on other people. Like, you can't play the game on your own at all. Like, you are not contributing in any way, shape, or form, and you know it going in. That's the whole premise behind being a reverse Uber. It's to make something. It's like an Uber, obviously, but reverse. It's to make something that is abnormal, something cool to look at, something different. That's the idea behind it. So, but to feel entitled to have people, like, if everyone was a reverse Uber, would we win? No, we would lose every time. I mean, the only instance where I would be cool with it is if you had a bunch of SOS cards and you could make this go quick. And they tried to say, oh, SOS cards make it take longer. Not necessarily, depending on which ones you're using. If you're using sound SOS cards, it's not going to make it take much longer at all. Certainly not longer than you just passing. But regardless, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a situation where you take... Crap, I don't know the mazes. I think I go left here. It's just a situation where if you take... It's just much easier to just take a regular tune. So, I mean, that's the idea. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you guys think of this, but I kind of have an idea that the general consensus among the community is going to be that this is not something we're interested in doing here, in most cases. But if you guys disagree with what I said, I'm interested in hearing your opinion about why I should have taken this reverse Uber. I mean, I can't think of any good arguments for doing it, and I'm probably just going to get teleported out of this maze. Damn it. I can't think of a good argument for doing it unless you have trained your gags. Not trained your gags. Unless you have a bunch of SOS cards. I can't think of a good argument for it. So that's all for this video. Just kind of wanted to bring up this topic about something that just happened to me. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. And I'll see you guys on the next one, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Peace.